first time not corrupted. Suhuyini, Al-Hassan Suhuyini, I'm a two-time member of parliament in Ghana, representing Tamale North, which is the capital city of the northern region in Ghana. And Ghana has now been reshaped into 16 regions from 10. And so the original northern region is what I'm talking about, and that is where I'm representing the people of Tamale North in Parliament as a second-time member of Parliament. I'm also a member of the Appointments Committee of Parliament and the deputy ranking member on the Lands and Forestry Committee. And my party is in opposition, so largely we play oversight role more and impact and improve policy of government. And I'm looking forward to a very enriching conversation that will, cut out and indicate the roles that we each have to play in building the Africa that we want through the partnership that we will perhaps establish in the conversations that we will have. Thank
you. Good morning. My name is Shengu Nadena. I'm a state representative for Georgia, and my district's House District 110 in Grayson, Loganville area. A first-time state rep, so I'm 10 months old, working really hard in the state of Georgia. I'm also of Nigerian descent. In 2022, we actually had 5 Nigerians elected to the State House, which is historical. 5 Nigerian immigrants, African immigrants elected to the State House, and I happen to be one of them. Even though my background is Nigerian, I'm also Caribbean. My mom was from St. Vincent and Grenadines. So this makes it even more an exciting conversation because we're bringing also the Caribbean perspective too. But this is a very important conversation. I've always been in the Nigerian, African immigrant, African diaspora space for quite a number of years prior to taking office, and know that the journey that I started in this country since 1988. I didn't start in the Deep South. I started way up in the Midwest, in Ohio, and Michigan. I moved here 10 years ago, but coming down to Atlanta, I knew that Atlanta was the center of change for Black immigrants, for Black people in this country, right? Every change that Blacks have had in our community always started in Atlanta. So the conversation we're having today is going to be very vigorous because the change that we want to see is going to start in Atlanta. So look forward to having the conversations and look forward to seeing how Georgia can build the connections that we need to continue to have with the African continent. Because I think it's very important that we're part of the movement that's happening right now economically in Africa. And Georgia has a lot to offer.
Good morning. You hear me clear my throat a few times. I've got something going on. So, the category of small world, I actually went to school in Tamale. It's a place called Sakasaka Primary, if you don't get it. So as a young child, I was posted to northern Ghana, and I'll digress for a minute to tell a story. So back in the 70s, northern Ghana was quite remote, so I remember, it's not that way today, but I remember if you watched television, it was the tape that came from the capital the day before. So you were watching yesterday's weather, and if it rained, the roads were washed out, so you watched the same news reporting. If you go today, you'll attest to the progress that's there today. Again, my name is Kofi Kodria. Came to the U.S. back in 1983, so I've been here quite a bit, actually, most of my life, really. Rooted in the Ghanaian community, but also being American. My background is in finance and technology. I build and sell companies. My latest one was Regal Software, which was it's a fintech space. It's now part of Global Payments, actually, which is headquartered here in Atlanta. I lived in New York City, but my dad being with the UN in my early years. And when we heard of Atlanta, it was, who wants to go to the South? That's whatever. So I got here in 2000 and I fell in love with Atlanta. It's by far the most progressive for folks that look like myself. And the city has embraced me. I've embraced the city, and I look forward to this very lively conversation. So, excuse me, thanks for coming, and if you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer.